Hi, host Eric here, host Talking with Famous People, and we have in the room right now three of the gentlest spirits I've ever met. As we talk about Enneagram Tri-Type 479, aka the Gentle Spirit. Now, Zach, do you put 4 first, 7 first, or 9 first?
Yes.
4 first?
Cool.
Okay, how about you, Kit Kats?
Four.
How about you, Pepsi?
Seven.
That's what I anticipated. Okay. So now Pepsi is an extrovert, I'm guessing, yes?
Yeah.
Whereas Kit Kats and Attack are both introverts. And so it makes sense that an introvert would have a 4 in the first spot and then the extrovert would have the 7. The 7 means play the day away while the city burns around you and just hope you don't have to deal with it. Even though you know you are going to have to deal with it and just kind of, I don't want to know about that. I'm busy playing. Whereas 4 first is, well, they're individualists. For example, Kit Kat is, she spends a lot of time drawing pictures and hanging out in here and stuff. But she's of the youthful age, and she could easily not be out, going to the club, making it rain in the club and such, as they say. But instead, she's doing her own thing. I think that's a good indication of a 4. And doing it not in a particularly piao way. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen a piao from Kit Kats, and I've never seen a piao from Zach Attack, as far as I can tell. If they are piaos, they're a variety of which I am not familiar. Now, Pepsi, I've not really seen any piaos either. I suspect he's got a few piaos in him, but I don't know. Regardless, at 7 first, he's going to have maybe a wider range of social responses, whereas with 4 first, it's going to be more keep a lot of your thoughts to yourself. I suspect Kit Kats and Zach Attack keep a lot of their thoughts to themselves, more so than Pepsi, who's more willing to share what he thinks. But that's true of introverts and extroverts in general. Now, the next one to talk about is the 9. The 9 is the peacemaking function, which is why you're not going to see much fightiness out of the gentle spirit type, and why it's called the gentle spirit. Because 4, the individual respects other individuals as well, and believes in harm prevention. It's an FINI thing, or an FITI thing potentially, if the TI is after the F, I would say. I guess TI and FI don't go together. Anyway, the point is, 4 is an individual thing. It would likely see individuals as things about which to prevent harm. And then 7 is going to be playful. They're going to see other individuals as playmates. And then lastly, the 9 is going to see conflict as something to be fixed, resolved, so that we can go back to being gentle spirits. And therefore, we'll try to smooth things over. Like, hey, it's okay. I know she poured that Coca-Cola over your head. But you know what? You were hot. It feels good. It's refreshing. Admit it. Well, it is a little refreshing. And then everybody's happy again. That's what the gentle spirit does. All of this according to this guy. This is where I got all the information from.
What's their strengths and weaknesses?
Good question. I would say the strengths of them is a calm demeanor in the face of adversity and or challenge. So if the 479 is faced with complications, they are unlikely to spaz out or make them worse. I think they're probably the type that's least likely to overact and make things worse in the Enneagrams, because they are, I mean, maybe if they have the 9 first, they're going to do that. But in general, if they put the 9 towards the end, they're going to prioritize kind of surveying, waiting it out until it's clear that there's a good indication of what you ought to do. So I would say that's the strength of them. A weakness of that type would be assertiveness, obviously. I mean, if you got to be like, no, I am getting it for free because you did it, there was a bug in it, and I'm not going to pay for this drink that I can't drink because it's got a bug in it. And the restaurant's like, well, sorry, we have a no refunds policy even if there's bugs in it. And then Gentle Spirit would be unlikely to be able to enforce his or her will in that scenario. What do you guys think about the strengths and weaknesses? Gentle
What would
Spirit.
a 974 be like?
Well, let me get a little feedback from the actual gentle spirits in the room. Thus far, would you feel as that where do you think I'm wrong?
I think with the stress and not spazzing out, I feel like I do spaz out when there's problems.
Would other people consider it as spazzing out, or is it spazzing out according to your own standard?
I don't know. It's like if something happens, I do kind of pause and I almost kind of freeze up and I'm thinking of all the different parts of it and then possibilities of, usually I try to do a win-win. I usually want everyone to be happy kind of thing. But at the same time, if it's like or it's like time sensitive, I kind of start to, I like my hands or like I feel like I spaz out because I'm like trying to think quickly and come with solutions, but I don't have the answers. Kind of went back to that question I had with leadership.
What was the question originally regarding leadership anyway?
I think I was asking really the wrong question. I was actually really just thinking about how to better be more certain in dealing with like solving problems, but I don't know if there's an answer for that. It's like
Zach or Pepsi, you got any thoughts on life as a gentle spirit?
I think everything you've said so far has been spot on, I guess.
Cool. Do you feel
gentle?
gentle? What do you think about that descriptor, gentle? Do you like that as a description of you, or you don't like it?
I mean, I come off most of the times as like friendly. I'm not like a really aggressive person, but I mean, yeah.
I'd say easygoing most of the time. But if it's on something that like is a value, like something that's really crosses my line, then I don't think I would be so gentle. But that line is usually pretty far away. Nobody really gets near that line, like ever.
Now, you three are three different MBTI types. KitKats, you self-identify as INFP. Zack, I believe, self-identifies as ISFP. And Pepsi, do you have a type?
ENTP.
That's what I thought. So he self-identifies ENTP. And ENTP gentle spirit seems, perhaps for a second, like a contradiction in terms, because ENTPs are usually described as very adversarial. But I believe that that's why I think the two in conjunction to one another explain a lot more about, or give us a lot more descriptive and non-exclusive descriptive frameworks that work together well than one by itself. Because he seems like an ENTP to me. He's got the hat and he's got the sunglasses on. I'm guessing it's not daytime wherever he is. He doesn't need the sunglasses probably. So ENTP, he just looks like an ENTP. He's got that smile that says, I'm up to something. And it's probably going to be funny to me anyway. It might not be funny to you. I don't know. He's got that smile.
I call it the ENTP smile, like the Joker smile, where it's like really big.
Yeah.
Patrick, well, never mind. Or I didn't even say the right person. I was digressing. All right.
Okay, so those are the three gentle spirits we have in the room talking about that. Patrick, you're not a gentle spirit, are you?
I didn't mean to say Patrick.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes I am. Thanks, Nick.
Don't try to keep him out of the gentle spirit room, Nick. Okay? He's allowed in there too. Okay, so anything else from anybody on the gentle spirit, or as they call it in what's the Jewish language called? Hebrew.
Acidic?
Hebrew.
Hebrew.
As they say in Hebrew, the gentle spirit. Anybody else? Anybody have any comments?
None at this point.
Okay, well, let the gentleness wash over you, gentle spirits. This Enneagram tri-type video was made for you. I hope you see several incarnations of yourself in different forms. The creative, drawy, and yet sort of zen, calm INFP variety. The frisky feline variety called the ENTP over there in the upper right hand corner with the snappy quippiness. And finally in the bottom, ISFP. And nothing more to say about ISFP. I don't know. ISFP is my exact opposite. There's no type that I less feel intuitively like I understand than ISFP.
ISFJ is your last opposite, is your most opposite.
Okay, well, he's FI
Oh.
first, right? Zach? Yeah,
Yes.
you're that one. So you're FI SE NITE.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's not exactly the opposite for each one, but I mean, there's the four, his conscious or my unconscious and vice versa, according to MBTI. Okay, well, with that, thank you all for watching this exciting episode of Talking with Famous People, where we had 3 actual live versions of gentle spirits in the room. Before they die and become gentle spirits in the afterlife, they're gentle spirits here on Earth. And I'm having a hard time getting to the ending thing. Thank you for watching, and good night.